You follow fasting routines, walk after meals, manage stress, yet nothing changes. The scale stops moving, and your waist measurement refuses to shrink anymore. When correct habits fail repeatedly, the problem is no longer behavior or discipline. At this point, the issue becomes mechanical rather than motivational inside the body. Calories are not the real obstacle. Something deeper blocks fat loss progress. You must stop counting numbers and examine the internal metabolic engine instead. Here's an uncomfortable truth many people are never clearly told before. Belly fat cannot disappear when a critical internal organ is congested inside. No amount of discipline can override the decision made by this organ. It decides whether energy burns as heat or locks away visceral fat. That organ is the liver, the command center of metabolism inside body. Most people believe the liver only detoxifies alcohol from the bloodstream. Biologically, the liver manages fat-burning energy flow and storage priorities daily. When the liver becomes overloaded, its metabolic performance declines significantly over time. This overload often results from fat accumulation inside liver cells over years. The condition is known as fatty liver, and it is widespread today. Many adults have this condition without obvious symptoms or warning signs externally. Some people appear lean outside while carrying fat deep inside their organs. This hidden fat silently interferes with weight loss efforts over time, consistently. Fat released from the waist must travel through the liver first internally. A healthy liver burns incoming fat or converts it into usable energy. When liver cells are already full, they reject additional fat from storage. This rejection creates a metabolic traffic jam inside the body system today. Fat circulates in the blood instead of being burned efficiently for energy. Triglycerides rise and fat gets redeposited around vital organs over time again. This explains why belly fat resists fasting, exercise, and discipline despite effort. The liver must be emptied before meaningful fat loss can occur effectively. Understanding how the liver became congested is critically important for recovery success. Alcohol is not the primary cause for most modern fatty liver cases. The main drivers are excess sugar intake and chronic insulin elevation levels. Glucose can be used by many different cells throughout the body daily. Fructose, however, can only be processed efficiently by the liver itself alone. Too much fructose forces the liver to convert sugar into fat rapidly. This process directly creates new fat inside the liver cells over time. The scientific name for this process is de novo lipogenesis within metabolism. Processing fructose rapidly drains energy reserves from liver cells, causing stress damage. This energy depletion damages mitochondria, responsible for burning fat efficiently over time. Fat burning slows while fat production continues without restraint inside liver cells. Fat accumulation worsens liver function and reinforces metabolic resistance to weight loss. Eventually, the liver becomes insulin resistant as a protective response against overload. This resistance begins a cascade toward diabetes and metabolic disease development later. To reverse this process, we must stop harmful input immediately and decisively. We must also force the export of fat from liver cells efficiently. This strategy represents mechanical repair, rather than traditional dieting approaches alone today. The first phase focuses on removing the damaging fuel source completely first. Fructose must be treated temporarily as a toxic substance for liver healing. Added sugar, fruit juice, and dried fruit must be eliminated entirely initially. This immediately stops new fat production inside the liver cells completely fast. It resembles turning off water before clearing a clogged drain pipe fully. With input stopped, the liver becomes ready for deeper repair processes ahead. Clearing the liver allows stored fat to finally move and be burned efficiently. This requires a structured protocol that stops fat input and forces fat export. Phase 1 focuses on switching fuel sources away from liver-damaging sugars. For several weeks, fructose must be avoided as strictly as possible daily. This includes added sugars, fruit juices, dried fruits, and high-sugar fruits. Low-sugar berries may be used sparingly if fruit is needed occasionally. Removing fructose immediately shuts down new fat creation inside liver cells completely. This works because fructose bypasses normal cellular energy control mechanisms inside liver cells. Cutting it off is like closing a faucet before fixing overflow damage. Phase 2 focuses on exporting fat already trapped inside the liver cells. Fat cannot leave the liver without proper transport molecules being available internally. The liver packages fat into particles that carry it into circulation safely. These transport particles are called very low density lipoproteins, or VLDL molecules. Without enough choline, the liver cannot build these fat transport vehicles efficiently. Choline is an essential nutrient many modern diets fail to provide adequately. Avoiding egg yolks and organ meats created widespread choline deficiency in adults. Egg yolks are among the richest natural sources of choline available today. Eating several whole eggs daily supports liver fat export effectively over time. For those avoiding eggs, supplements, or liver foods can help significantly instead. Phase 3 activates bile flow, allowing fat and toxins to exit properly. Bile acts as the river carrying waste out of the liver efficiently. In fatty liver, bile often becomes thick, sluggish, and poorly flowing internally. Poor bile flow causes toxins and fat to back up inside liver. Bitter compounds naturally stimulate bile release as a protective reflex mechanism internally. Bitter foods include arugula, dandelion, greens, ginger, and lemon water daily intake. Coffee also stimulates bile flow and supports liver health strongly, according to studies. Phase 4 activates detox pathways that help the liver clear stored waste. These pathways require sulfur compounds found in specific vegetables for activation processes. Cruciferous vegetables provide sulfur compounds that support liver detoxification pathways strongly daily. Broccoli sprouts contain extremely high levels of these detox activating compounds naturally. These compounds trigger genetic pathways that accelerate liver cleaning processes inside cells. Adding cruciferous vegetables to protein meals improves fat handling by liver cells. Phase 5 gives the liver time without incoming energy to heal properly. Every time you eat, the liver must process new fuel continuously again. During fasting, the liver can focus on burning stored fat internally efficiently. Fasting depletes liver glycogen, forcing fat breakdown for energy inside cells rapidly. This process uses autophagy and internal fat oxidation mechanisms within liver cells. A 16-hour fasting window is considered the minimum effective duration generally. Extending fasting occasionally accelerates liver fat clearance significantly over time, safely overall. Another hidden enemy preventing healing is excessive industrial seed oil intake daily. Omega-6 seed oils oxidize easily inside liver cells, causing inflammation damage. Oxidation creates inflammation that traps fat inside the liver over time chronically. Replacing seed oils with stable fats reduces oxidative stress in liver cells. Stable fats include butter, ghee, tallow, and coconut oil for cooking purposes. The liver has exceptional regenerative capacity when given correct signals consistently over time. Research shows liver fat can reduce significantly within weeks with intervention protocols. Energy improves, brain fog lifts, and metabolism becomes responsive again over time. Only then does stubborn belly fat begin responding to efforts consistently again. Stop fighting surface fat and start repairing the internal engine first properly. When the filter is clean, the entire metabolic machine runs efficiently again. Healing begins when the liver receives consistent signals to release stored fat. This process restores normal energy flow and reduces metabolic resistance over time. As liver fat decreases, insulin sensitivity gradually improves throughout the body system. Improved insulin signaling allows fat to exit storage and be burned efficiently. The waistline responds only after internal metabolic traffic is flowing freely again. This sequence explains why patience matters when repairing deep metabolic damage inside. External results always lag behind internal healing processes within the liver tissue. Many people quit too early before the liver has time to recover. Consistency with the protocol allows the liver to complete its repair cycle. Short breaks or cheats can slow progress by refilling the liver again. During repair, the body often prioritizes health improvements over visible weight loss. Energy, steadiness, sleep quality, and mental clarity commonly improve first during healing. These early signs indicate the liver is regaining normal metabolic control functions. Visible fat loss follows later once internal processing pathways are fully restored. Older adults benefit especially because liver efficiency naturally declines with age over time. Supporting the liver helps protect muscles, strength, mobility, and long-term independence. This approach aligns with aging goals focused on function, vitality, and resilience. It avoids extreme stress that can worsen inflammation and slow recovery processes. Gentle, consistent signals are more effective than aggressive, short-term interventions alone. Over weeks, the liver gradually clears fat and resumes normal operations again. When liver health improves appetite, regulation becomes more predictable and calm daily. Cravings lessen because energy can finally be processed correctly by the liver. This stability supports long-term adherence without constant mental effort or strain. Food choices become simpler when metabolism is no longer congested internally today. The body works with you instead of resisting every attempt at change. Over time, trust returns as signals match outcomes consistently within body systems. This reduces frustration and restores confidence in the healing process over time. The focus shifts from fighting fat to supporting internal repair mechanisms properly. Such reframing lowers stress hormones that interfere with metabolic recovery and healing. Calm routines allow the liver to do its designed work efficiently, daily. This method emphasizes repair signals rather than punishment or deprivation strategies alone. It respects the liver as the central filter of metabolism within body. When the filter is clean, energy flows and fat loss resumes naturally. Progress becomes steady rather than forced, unpredictable, or exhausting for the body. Small daily actions accumulate into meaningful long-term metabolic change for health. This strategy suits adults seeking sustainable results without extreme measures or risks. It prioritizes internal function before chasing external appearance goals or numbers alone. Over time, the body reflects the health restored inside its systems properly. The liver responds quickly when obstacles are removed and support provided consistently. This responsiveness explains rapid improvements many notice within weeks after starting protocol. Energy steadies, motivation returns, and physical effort feels rewarding again for most. These changes reinforce commitment to maintaining liver-supportive habits over the long term. With the engine-repaired, fat loss becomes a natural consequence of health. The body no longer fights against efforts to improve composition and health. This cooperation marks the turning point in stubborn weight struggles for many. Repairing the liver unlocks progress previously blocked, despite hard work and discipline. Focus on internal filters before judging external results prematurely during healing periods. When the system is clear, the machine runs smoothly again without resistance. This is how lasting change occurs without constant struggle or stress cycles. Fix the engine first, and the body follows naturally with time consistently.